So it gives a little of that flavor. They can have an emotional, they can picture it. It's not just like a tick list. It's like, oh yeah, you know, I can almost see your living room. If there is a TV show you really like, you don't have to mention all of them the way we were supposed to, like over at Facebook. One or two. If there's, I just like that one in particular is one that like we really like in our family, so we can like name characters and kind of like say some funny things about them. And you can, if there's some character on a show where you're like maybe like really think that actor or that character is really interesting, that might be 2 sentences. And what's that doing? You're demonstrating a little of your values and your thinking without sledgehammer, here are my values. Because when we say that, like my values are, like I really value integrity. What does that mean to you and how do you have that demonstrated? I have people who tell me like the values that they're looking for in a partner or some of the values-based dating sites that talk about that. And I'm like, when you just talk about it, that's not living it. And most of us need to hear about how do you express that? How are you living that out? How often you work out? What kind of workout you do? Like, I'm not in the best shape. It's like, I'm not in the best shape. Some folks I know they're trying to lose weight, so they'll say something to kind of like indicate that in a positive way. That it's, I'm going to the gym a lot right now. I'm working on losing some weight. In normal life, you know, I would be working out probably like once I hit goal weight, I'm probably working out only like 3 days a week. In the meantime, I've discovered that I really like walking every day. Or I like square dancing because, man, it's really great exercise and it's a lot of fun. Something like that. So those kind of stories, as opposed to just, I work out 3 days a week at the gym. Or the guys, men and women say this, I work out every day. It's like, really? And maybe they do, you know, but they're pictures that are demonstrated. Some people I know have had questions about fitness. When someone says, I want someone who's fit. When you're reading their profile, I want someone who's fit. It's a huge range. That's one where both your profile, it helps for you to say things like, I'm looking for someone who has an active lifestyle as well. I'm not expecting you to be at the gym 5 days a week and posing for, you know, Muscle Fitness magazine. I like to go to the gym. I like to be active. I like to get outdoors on the weekend. I'm looking to share some of that with my partner as well. How about you? And then that lets them tell you, well, you know, I'm not really much of a gym person, but I like to go like on walks. Okay, you know, and typically in any relationship there is one of the two of them is going to be pursuing that hobby or whatever a bit more than the other. So long as people are honest about this, because this is one of the things I've done posts about because people were really complaining to me, men and women, about this integrity in dating. And I didn't view it as lying. I viewed it as generally people were using the same words and meaning slightly different things by them. Saying things like, I like to go hiking. Well, I think if I'm walking around Miles Square Park that I hiked. But I know it's flat. It's like, and so some people, it's like, I also know about like switchbacks, you know, and elevations and all that. I'm like, and I am not an intermediate level hiker at this point. It took me, when I was in Northern California, I was dating a guy who hiked all the time. I was like, I was getting good. He was still better than I was. But I told him, it's like, I enjoy this, and this is where I'm at. I will improve to here. I'll be doing that. That's just reality. So there are things like that you can put in your profile. There are things like that when you're emailing with them. You can give some examples so that it's managing expectations. So even if there's a little bit of a misunderstanding, they don't feel like you've lied to them, which I'm not even thinking it's lying, but singles are thinking of it that way. That when you said you thought you were fit and you like to hike and they're doing like switchbacks, or is that back and forth and like steep elevations, and they're like charging along, and they are seriously probably like a serious intermediate, or whatever the terms, hiker, and I'm so not. They might feel that I lied, and I'm like, but I love to hike, but I'm at this level. So you might include that in your profile, or you definitely include it in your emails when you see that someone has some of those same interests as you. Salsa dancing. One of the things to safety, this is more for the women, but men too kind of like know about this. One of the safety things used to be that you could almost get specific about like some of the clubs you like to go to. Don't mention the ones you go to all the time, until you've met. Because it's not that everyone's a stalker. You just don't know which ones are until like you get a little bit further along.